I suppose to begin with, I should explain the exact nature of the serum, or what I believe the serum to be. It is a, as far as I'm aware, unidentified biological organism that is infecting the body of those who it is injected into. it mutates and transforms other cells into itself, which is what causes the changes they experience. My concern is that, as far as I am aware, we have only seen what has happened when they are initially injected. It has not been given time to properly spread throughout the body.
So then there's a possibility that it can continue mutating past the point that we've already seen.
The samples I have are still, as we speak, changing. The organism itself is not static. It also is constantly changing. It's like a swarm. It all reflects off of each other and changes off of each other. I am unsure of the reasons why we have not encountered more mutated individuals. The most obvious answer is that the bodies simply cannot keep up with the serum in its current state, and that the rapid mutation eventually causes failure in them, causing them to pass away. Perhaps organs collapse or are changed in a way that are no longer functional, or whatever. My biggest concern is that it is not... It's... I suppose it's like out of a sci-fi movie. It's not what they're changing into. It's not just mutations. It's inhuman. Not even like a metahuman, where they just have animal parts or infected in other ways. It's full transformation. The cells that have been mutated aren't just changed human cells. They are completely foreign. When spread sufficiently, we are not going to be dealing with human beings anymore. What also worries me is what he has done to them, or told them, to make them willing to do that to themselves.
A lot of Tiger forces, especially to their boss, they are very devoted. We saw the same with William and with Cece. They were willing to fight, even if it meant their deaths, whatever they wanted. Unfortunately, this is a lot similar to what we had to deal with when William was still a threat.
It is hard to say to exact what the nature of the serum is. That is only what I could observe from the affected blood samples that I have taken. I am intending to try to test further and inject them into another organism to see what happens. Ira said that she has lab animals already prepared. so I'll be trying with those. I need to figure out how to separate the cells, though, first.
Were you already made aware that the team that was sent on Friday was able to recover one of their syringes?
No, I was not.
Mhm. We made sure to leave that, as well as a couple of other samples, to possibly do more testing on. They should be resting in cold storage as we speak.
Okay, that's good.
Mm.
I will look into that then.
Of course.
The main reason why I asked you is that I wanted to be appraised if anyone ever had contact with something greater. Either a more advanced or more spread version of what they're already using.
As far as what I'm aware, there haven't been any reports of such reported on the field yet. But it's something to look into.
Okay, any questions?
Have you already informed Chase or Wrench about the information?
No, I just finished my tests and the lab report this morning.
I would be sure to try and inform at least one of them and get them the report so that they can be in the loop of this. It may also potentially help with our relations with our current source of information about Leviathan. Given that now we know that there's a possibility that they can even further develop and mutate, then the necessity of having someone with that information is paramount, so that we aren't just walking in blind.
Understood. Whenever you all do go out on outings and you think you may encounter someone from who works under him or may be affected by him, I have been preparing sample kits for people to take with them. Just somewhere to store everything that isn't in a pocket somewhere.
Right. I will keep this in mind and be sure to also inform Wrench and Chase that you have prepared this equipment for whenever a team is sent out to deal with them.
I only have one at the moment, but I'm working on more. I've been preoccupied with everything in the lab as of late.
Of course. And we will, or at least I will remind the team next time that if we are able to recover a proper canister of the Hulk serum. Apparently, they had found one that was already damaged and they destroyed it out of possible fear that it would explode like the last one.
That's fine. We already have two, well, they aren't great samples, but...
Still, getting as much information as we can on this will help us stamp it out. How have you been feeling, by the way?
Oh, I'm fine.
I know that your first outing wasn't exactly the best experience.
No, it wasn't.
But it is good to see that you are well, at the least.
Yeah, I'm physically okay. All healed.
If you do encounter issues, though, don't hesitate to talk to someone, though. Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't intend to keep you for long. You should go report the findings.
Thank you.
Of course. We need to do the best that we can to protect them. Make sure I look at where I am in my room. Okay. Cowboy?
I thought, first things first, I used some medical just now. On myself. Not my proudest work, but better than some other things I've done. Informing someone so that it's not just suddenly gone. I'll text you details of exactly the things I used and all that. Secondly, I had a encounter the other day. Didn't cause any of this damage you see on me now. That was unrelated. I was doing the usual nightly work, you know.
Of course.
But while I was out and about doing that, around some of the zones near the heart, in that generalized area of the district, I had an encounter with the High Priest again.
I see. What exactly happened?
Well, after that news broadcast went out, it was just a feeling I couldn't shake off. Ended up in a abandoned building. Didn't look abandoned, but it was fucking empty, and I can guess as to why. Ended up on the roof, where he appeared, and he didn't attack me outright. He talked to me. We had a conversation. He's someone I knew. From back in the war. Back in Mexico. He was offering me, or was going to offer me something in exchange for a service he wanted me to do. You may think me an idiot for this, but I took none of it. And did it anyways.
What exactly did they ask you to do?
Back during the war, I installed a cybernetic into him that was literally keeping him alive. Still had it. He wanted it uninstalled. And so I told him what fate will befall him if he continues this, tried to plant a thought into his head, see if it'll change him, make him see reason or something of the sort. I know it was probably all in vain, but I uninstalled it then and there. He physically does not have a heart or lungs now.
Yet he's still alive.
Yes. He fell to his knees. I saw blood trickle out of that mask. And then he got up and left. Through a portal, like we saw before.
So then it can be safely assumed that this was done via magical means, more than likely. Him still persisting.
Probably, but it might be taking something out of him. And again, there's a hole in his fucking chest now, so if you want to shoot somewhere...
Well, without proper organs in there, there's not exactly something to stop.
No. But it might be of use. The information, at least. I know. But I'm not going to apologize for it.
I wouldn't expect you to. You were acting of your own accord, not of ours.
Hmm. Too many people that went through that war when they were stuck with the suffering. Couldn't learn to cope with it, so they succumbed. I saw this as his last chance. And so I gave it to him. Told him he'd die if he continued down this path. And then God will judge him. And I believe that. I can only hope he takes the last chance I gave him. As futile as it might be.
This is possibly something that needs to be brought up to Nerium. Maybe they can possibly find a way to stop his continued existence. his persistence.
Maybe. Yeah, you two can talk it out. I'm get back out there.
Please try not to overdo it.
Never. I'm going back to the heart to rest right now, actually. Do some light work, as it were. I say light work, I'm having to pull a little more with Sis in a coma up there. At least I assume she's in her room.
She, for the time being, has been kept to the medical bay. Since her last encounter, she has been unconscious, possibly due to a strain of the fight, coupled with the whatever the high priest had put on them to prevent them from sleeping.
So he did that to her. He's the one who's preventing her from eating and sleeping.
From what Cairo had reported. Anyway.
I wish I'd have known that. Damn it. God damn it. Could have gotten that out of him at least. Stay safe, you two.
We will try to. We will try to. Apologies. A lot of interesting developments.
Keep safe. We'll see you next time.
What did you say?
It's quiet.
I am going to need to inform Wrench of this new development.
And from there, I can work with engineering and get that deployed as soon as possible.
Oh, I forget her name. She's short, blonde. Someone gave me a syringe gun that is supposedly capable of piercing the Hulk's skin and gathering samples from them.
Short, blonde. Bliss?
I'm not sure exactly what their name is. It's possible.
Only person I know that fits that description for now, so I guess I'll assume as much.
Female, if I didn't mention that.
More than likely. Then see if it works out on Dragskin. It hasn't already been formed before. That'll be our good testing indicator.
Okay.
And if it breaks, if it was made once, we can always make it again. See if you can gather samples of Grag's blood and do an examination on it, compare it to the strain and compare it to the samples you have with Leviathan's work in comparison to Grag. From what I recall with his situation, his is a lot older in comparison to the newer hulks we're encountering and mutations.
Newer as in more sophisticated?
Grag is an older project, a Leviathan. That would be the best way to put it.
I see.
Something may come up similar, which we can use.
I will speak to him about it whenever I see him.
If there's nothing else,
No.
do you need something, Python?
Yes, though I'm unsure if Cowboy had already informed you before me.
Tell
I
me
will
about
excuse myself.
Tell me about grabbing medical supplies, if anything.
Very well. You were the preferred.
It's information involving Malice
I never
that he informed me about.
exactly functions.
Okay.
I told Zoe before they left, it's basically just a drill.
Does he have
I just decided to
to offer?
power drill down.
An encounter that he had with their high priest
Flick the switch
a few days
normally,
ago.
changes the direction to turn the safety off. And then you just pull the trigger and it pulls the phone out.
Apparently,
Okay.
he was somebody that Cowboy had known from
I will
his war days. He had a synthetic organ, one that acted as a heart and lungs, installed at him during that time. But in the encounter that he had been approached to, he had asked for it to be removed, which Cowboy had agreed to.
Sylvie was supposed
It
to be
was meant to keep him alive, but miraculously,
different.
even after blood had gushed from his helmet, the high priest had later stood up and left.
Or just not sage, maybe.
So more than likely, if we were to deduce with their methods, he is being kept alive through magical means.
Probably worked.
Same way I recall that Cairo's being kept under comatose through magical means.
Hmm.
I suppose that could be a thought. When did Cowboy encounter the High Priest?
A couple of days ago.
It's nothing recent, Wait. If it comes down to it, then if we figure out a way to cut off his access to magic or influence to him,
Something to
We can-
possibly discuss with Nerium.
put him into a state where we can actually kill the guy. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but I'm more concerned about Cairo's current state, and whether the High Priest is using his own power to keep her anchored down, maybe acting like a leech of sorts.
Possibly. It wouldn't be too far out of the question.
But the timeline for it just doesn't make sense. Cairo fell out of consciousness a week or two back, and Cowboy's encounter with the High Priest was recent, a few days.
Though, still,
She made contact with their priest, though. That's the problem.
with, however, the possibility, the organ was meant to keep him alive. Having to be able to have that much strength to be sapped from somebody, it could possibly take days, even weeks. It's not out of the question entirely.
suppose regardless, whatever the case is, something we can use to our advantage. I know we have some means of blocking off magical influence, but those are minimal at best. There was talk at Black Market about some sort of serum capable of cutting off someone's connection to magic, or anti-magic, I guess. I'm unsure of what those findings will be, but from the sounds of it, they'll be holding on to it for the time being.
I see.
It's a case that Miriam will have to make if she would like it present.
Whenever she is around, I'll be sure to inform her of the information provided.
Have you gotten any new information about the cults?
Apart from what Cowboy shared, no. So far, nothing. That and the news broadcast that was shown a couple of weeks ago. I would imagine it was their involvement with that public display.
You're dealing with this shit. Anything else beyond that?
Myself, Birdie, and Sniffet were able to recover a crate of cyberware. We were led to the location by a small group of hyenas. When we questioned them, the small group.
Hyenas?
Apparently they were also wanting to investigate the place to do the same tasks that we were. Apparently part of a pack by the name with the pack leader's name being Signal, I believe.
I guess he's making his move now, right? No need to worry about that, I guess.
Possibly later today I was planning to open the box outside, just in case, to see what we were able to recover.
I would encourage you have a member of security a lot beside yourself, and well, if it's Cyber or Ripper Doc too, on
Of course.
standby in case anything goes wrong, I guess.
I will ensure to do so.
Anything else?
Nothing else to report.
Have you made landfall with Buddy yet?
I have ensured to reach out to him that Mag was going to get into contact with him, and other than that, it has been basic planning. Properly laying the land of exactly where these tiger patrols are taking place. I am still not fully sure of how much our previous operation in those zones had disrupted their current chokehold, but it seems to have at least done something to their production line.
Well, so far I've only heard good things come from Buddy, barring the normal threats of violence, I guess.
That is to be expected,
Doing good
however.
work so far. I could try to invite him around for a time. Just see if Mag is ready to take up his duties or not. What is your current estimation of Mag right now?
He's capable, but in some instances he needs a little polishing. Something that I still need to iron out, I suppose, but I believe he's capable for the job that he's been given.
Let's hope that remains to be seen. I'd like to investigate something. Well, I suppose I've already tasked you already, but... I want to know why... one of the Hollow's Whisperers is making deals with hyenas.
Who?
We've had this discussion already before. With Charles, if you remember.
So, sniff it then.
Find out if he's trying to hide something.
Of course.
And, deal with her if you will.
Hmm?
I'm not gonna touch it.
Right. Molly? I assume more Queen-related business.
That is the serum we took last week. There was a miscommunication.
I see.
Queen wants this researched, then I'm to inform her of what it is, then she will retrieve it if she deems it necessary.
I see. Then I need to see if Signal's still around.
I don't think she is.
Please inform Wrench that this has been returned and needs to be researched ASAP. Queen is finding it frustrating that her efforts are being questioned.
I see. I will inform him as soon as possible, but first, this needs to be sorted. Apparently there was a miscommunication that the task Red was given. She was supposed to get the results of what the serum she took was, not to take the serum. So that has been returned to us.
Right. What exactly is wanted in this case?
to see the results of what the serum exactly does and to inform Queen about it. I am unsure for what, but apparently Queen is not appreciating her methods being questioned.
What Queen?
Those were her words, not mine.
Oh, I could say a million things about that, couldn't I?
Hmm.
Most of which would earn me a lecture or a punishment, I guess, though. I'm just going to ignore that comment then. Best of that situation. Where's the file?
Currently it is in the research bay.
See if you can get Signal to work on it. Otherwise, if we're lacking researchers to thoroughly examine it, I'll see if I can saddle medical with it. They do
Of course.
the same job, but
Hmm.
we don't really have that many hands anymore.
Hello.
Sorry if you heard any of that self-dwelling.
Dealt with? Question mark?
Yes, it has. The sample will need some time to be properly researched. I was simply informing the team of their next task.
I'm retiring for the night. Don't bother me unless the hollow's burning down.
Understood?
Just watching it. No, you're not. I'm just staring at it.
I don't know why I'm becoming a fucking personal messenger of a queen.
She never, can't think of anyone else she really has.
Royal Guard.
I've literally seen that one. I've never seen a single other member.
There's a lot of them.
Well, she's never sent any of them here.
There's Quartz, which keeps showing up to the theater.
Yeah, but that's different.
What?
Love you.
Be safe.
Good cuddle.
I do not see why not. Why? I need to end my stream real quick. Alright, gamers. I know it was a super short stream, but also not a lot of people were showing up today. So it was going to be short. Also, my opera's being stupid again. I think I need to clear my cache. But yeah. I'm going to head on out of here. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you on Friday. Actually, no, I'll see you on Thursday because for PD stuff. But yeah, I'll see you around. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.